Scott in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Woohoo! Makes me want to. What are those little kazoo? That's what I'm thinking of. When we bought our electric bikes from a great company in Holland, and they're just beautiful bikes, and you have to assemble it, and they give you a little kazoo to play every time you put the front wheel on. Pop, pop, you do the kazoo. They are great. Okay, enough with kazoos, because he probably doesn't have a kazoo living in Kalamazoo. Hey, Paul. I think I get dingy sometimes. I recently came into possession of a totally recapped 1969 Kenwood KA6000 integrated amplifier that originally sold for roughly the modern day equivalent of $1,800. My question is, how does vintage pieces like this Kenwood stand up to comparable modern units in that same $1,800 range? Setting aside the subjective and personal aspects of how an individual appreciates the sound of a particular piece of equipment, objectively, has technology advanced so much that vintage stuff is just outclassed these days? I think that's a very valid question. Who's after me? Oh, my wife. Okay. Hope she's not watching. Well, here's some vintage stuff. I mean, these old Haflers and this Sony, these are vintage. That's vintage. Back there, that old Moog synthesizer, good stuff. So, a couple of things to say about that. First off, if a piece of audio equipment ever sounded great, if it ever sounded like the absolute sound, which is the sound of unamplified music played in a space, that it can recreate that and close your eyes and fool you into believing that you're in the room with musicians, then I don't care if it's from 1955 or 2025. Doesn't matter, because if it ever was great, it still is great. Now, that Kenwood probably is not that great. Probably never was that great. I've owned a number of Kenwood products. And, you know, for what they are, they're okay. They're good. But I'm not going to pick on Kenwood because, hey, I've owned a number of Kenwood pieces. But we have come a long, long way in some products. Digital audio, for instance. Well, digital didn't start until what is it, 1982, and didn't get going until 1990, 93. But we've made huge strides, huge strides. Isn't that how people from New York say it? Huge strides in digital audio. My goodness, with DSD, with high resolution PCM, we've made huge strides. Loudspeakers, they've been ongoing for a long, long time, and I don't think we've made such huge strides. Now, look, we make the FR30. I think it's a huge leap over anything else that I've been ever happy to recommend to people. But is it a huge leap from where we have been state of the art? No, I don't think so. Preamplifiers, we've made great change, great promise, great performance, but is it a huge leap? No. So I don't know that there have been these giant leaps that people talk about so much. And again, if it ever did sound good and it's up to snuff and working condition, it probably still does sound great. Okay? Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you tomorrow.